Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. As you're following me right now, as I said, due to the change of situation, I'm going to do as many as I can for you, all of different types of videos that may be clearly for you or some others, while my situation may have changed. So enough with it, guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy these while I'm away for maybe another 2-3 weeks tops, but don't fret, I'll hopefully be fluttering around hopefully after this time period. But you know, as we know, sometimes some people need that well-deserved break or whatever it may be from whatever personal reasons, even though I did share with you all briefly on the very first one basically. But I want to thank you all for your support so far. So it's been brought to my attention that at this point in time I'm trying to do some more narcissists and sociopathic series, which initially, like I said, will be wide range, as well as the mental health series, as well as some more autism and series, as much as I can reach out to you all, as well as some other bits and pieces, obviously, of just maybe words of encouragement and wisdom of some everyday topics that you guys going through. So if you don't know me, I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness versus sharing just general tips and advice along the way, based through my training and life experiences, as well as just sharing my life story with Asperger's syndrome and the like. So this one's obviously going to be the Narcissist series, and as I said before, there is going to be a wide range for this and more. Just a disclaimer before I begin this, I'm no medical doctor, I'm just your normal everyday Joe Blogs. I do what I can to just live my everyday life. So if you see any classic warning signs and symptoms, as I previously shared in some of the videos, seek professional help for yourself or your loved one, or even for yourself. Do seek professional advice for yourself or your loved one, because I don't forever condone self-harm for any of you. I want you to be happy and live a carefree life as much as possible. So let's begin this before I run out of time. So this is the video called Types of Narcissists and Malignant Self-Love, and I'm hoping that with some of these videos that you're learning something along the way from me, and hopefully you're taking it away and, you know, doing something in your life about it. So this one's basically Types of Narcissism and Malignant Self-Love. Malignant Narcissism. Remember that not all narcissists or any other forms of narcissistic personality disorders are, however, the same, even though many people tend to think it is. But here I am today to address the key core differences of these types, hopefully. Today, many researchers, however, have come now to various different conclusions regarding of these disorders, or this disorder in general, of the Narcissistic Personality Disorder. Additionally, malignant self-love narcissism is something that is and has been widely misunderstood and has been misperceived in society today. Unless you have the misfortune to experience any form of these narcissistic abuse firsthand, then we can actually address it as these types. Many sources of information has claimed that there are two main types of malignant narcissism, which is your cerebral and somatic, which I will hope to discuss to you all today, real brief in this video. Whilst many narcissists are usually either one or the other, however, some narcissists will also disclose both cerebral and somatic characteristics. Additionally, there are also, however, many other various subtypes of the NPD, which I'll short it down now, the Narcissistic Personality Disorder. And as time goes on, more and more information is being unveiled and shown more interest from others on the subject at hand. A guy by the name of James F. Masterson proposed only just two categories for pathological narcissism, which is your exhibitionist, overt, and your closet, covert or stealth narcissisms, whereas Theodore Millian identified variations of narcissists, which are 1. Unprincipled, 2. Amorous, 3. Compensatory, 4. Elitist, and 5. A fanatic. These are certainly not the only types of NPD malignant narcissism, however, that has been identified, just to clearly remind you all. Additionally, the term acquired situational narcissism, or ASN, abbreviated down, has now been coined by Professor of Psychiatry at Weill Cornell Medical College of Cornell University of a research professor by the name of Robert B. Millman. Despite extensive and deep recent research and literature on these topics, NPD remains a highly controversial and delicate subject matter, which is still open to much debate for many researchers and scientists alike. And there are currently two schools of thoughts here on the causes of malignant narcissism. Recent research has shown that studies on the onsets of twins shows that those who had high levels of narcissistic traits, however, also had twins that showed high levels of these traits, and therefore they are assumed that the research had shown a genetic link. However, if the environment of nurturing and upbringing contributes to that development of that disorder, then it's also reasonable to believe that each twin in any given set of twins would have developed narcissistic traits due to their upbringing having come from that very same family. There is therefore no real basis to assume that malignant narcissism, however, must be a result of the genetics, as claimed, however, according to these studies. Their false positive results comes from a confirmation bias, though, however. That doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't a genetic component which contributes towards MPD. Okay, these subtypes of narcissism to look out for are, number one, the classic overt narcissist. These are known as an economic and control freak. Classic narcissists expect you to adhere to their wishes even if they go against your morals. Confront them and they will most likely fly into a narcissistic rage. Given to their lack of empathy, the victim must do whatever it is required to uphold the narcissist's faults, or the victim will be made face to the narcissist's wrath. And this can be so dangerous, like any narcissist. The inverted narcissist. Although the inverted narcissist had grandiose fantasies, and in many cases are often talented, these fantasies are rarely showcased in overt behaviors. Because the inverted narcissist is so full of self-doubt, they feel incapable and inadequate, which then places limitations on their abilities, and so they never go on to achieve what they are truly capable of in their own life. The inverted narcissist, however, is codependent, and so they seek out a relationship with a classic narcissist, someone who they then can become dependent upon, and someone who they can control, look after them. The inverted narcissist, however, would rather pass all responsibility onto their classic narcissist partner. The cerebral narcissist. The cerebral narcissist sees themselves as being more intelligent and knowledgeable than anyone else in that matter. Does this sound familiar to anyone? On any subject, and they use their intelligence to attain narcissist supply. They are always right even when they are wrong, and they hate it when they are wrong. For this reason, they have to be right, or they are always right even when they know they are wrong. The cerebral narcissist always has to have a story to tell about any topic mentioned, and often interrupts the conversation to shift their focus and attention onto their own self. They offer the best advice available in their own opinion, even if better than the experts, and they believe you are a fool if you don't follow their advice, no matter how distorted their worldview is, however. The somatic narcissist. Whereas the cerebral narcissist use their intelligence to attain narcissistic supply, said for the somatic narcissist, they use their body also. And so, if here, say, they are a female, they become a nymphosomatic. If male, they are a satyr. The somatic narcissist, however, has a constant supply of multiple sexual partners, sometimes of the same gender and sometimes simultaneously. Such behaviors for a somatic narcissist is as normal and is normally a cup of tea. The covert stealth closet narcissist. The covert or stealth narcissist is the most dangerous of all forms of these personality disorders I'm clearly addressing to you today. Covert narcissists will work behind the scenes, off the radar of perception. They are faceless and undercover. Covert malignant narcissism is also known to be more common in females than it is in males, sadly. Stealth narcissists, however, often use gaslighting and hypnotic communication techniques to convince their victim they are going crazy. Covert narcissists suck their victims into their lives and wait for a cue that their victim has become emotionally attached to them. Once this has been established and shown, the covert narcissist then will destroy the victim's identity and resorts to emotional blackmail and mental abuse to manipulate and control the victim. The covert narcissist usually has many secret one-night stands leading to secret affairs, sometimes within their family, over the years, and destroys the victim's reputation outside of their awareness by spreading truth mixed with malicious lies. The elite narcissist. Elite narcissists are usually often highly successful people who are more concerned with their material assets, money, wealth, and power rather than their true emotions. However, the elite narcissist is not just a rich, powerful business for man or woman. They often use deceptive tactics and walk over other people to get what they want when they want it. They may have also developed a legitimate business as a cover for the dodgy dealings that has happened behind the scenes, which is where they are truly making their money. The elite narcissist is not just a charlatan who has used deceptive means to get what they want. They are building an entire false self long-term based on the deception, and even the nearest and dearest may perceive them as a good, genuine person. They are threatened by their perceived self, and you will also be eliminated with no empathy. The narcissist psychopath. Brian Blackwell has been described as a narcissist psychopath. Blackwell was diagnosed with MPD after his parents confronted him about fraudulently applying for 13 credit cards in his father's name to uphold the false self he had been portraying to his girlfriend, who was a professional tennis player. To protect himself, Blackwell killed both his parents with a claw hammer and stabbed his mother approximately 30 times before setting off on a holiday with his girlfriend for 2 weeks. He then went on to spend £30,000 of his father's money on a 3-night stay at the Plaza Hotel with his girlfriend while his parents' bodies remained in the house. Blackwell's case was the first court case to ever use the diagnosis of MPD as mitigating circumstances. The charge of murder was dropped to manslaughter, though he still faces life in prison. Just as a trigger warning, I was just after I finished this, I forgot to apologize to any of the viewers that are sensitive. That basically I was just clearly describing what a narcissist psychopath is as a little illustration of it and whatnot. Okay, evolution of narcissism. Sam Vaknin, author of Malignant Narcissism Revisited, is one of the only people who has narcissism to the selfish gene, as proposed in Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection. However, it seems that the concept of the selfish gene has been misperceived. The word selfish in the term of selfish gene doesn't relate to self-centeredness or selfishness, but is labeled selfish because it is the only gene which mutated or mutates prior to replication. Hence, the selfish gene is the gene responsible for all evolution of life on Earth. Rather interestingly enough, though, the Bible states that a malignancy of narcissism will be abundant when we are in the end times, and also offers some good advice. But understand this, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty for people who will be lovers of self, lovers of money, lovers of proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unpeaceable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure than rather lovers of God, having the appearance of godliness but denying his power. We need to avoid such people. And this is found in 2 Timothy 3:17. In evolutionary psychology, just to end this, basically narcissism relates to a sort of meaning which is to the process of choosing a non-random person for the purpose of procreating. Healthy levels of narcissism therefore helps us to choose a suitable mate with similar genetic characteristics, enhancing the likelihood of stable reproduction. Well, this quickly ends basically the different types of narcissists and malignant self-love. Give me a like, thumbs up for support, comment below. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends. Feel free, if you want to join me on my journey right now, to subscribe and get to know me more as a person, as well as turning on the notification bell as a clear reminder so that you can keep up to date with new content when it does come out. So without further ado, guys, thanks for support, and all for do what you love what you do. Do what you can, dream big, aim high. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao. For the purpose